This morning, we got a new
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, no way home. Spider-Man, no way home. No way home.
Spider-Man.
Hello folks and friends. Today I would like to mention my apologies for not really posting that much. I know it's been like 3 months since my last video, but I'm gonna try to post as much as I possibly can. Now, what we're going to be creating today is something that has been popping up all over social media. It's big, it's huge. This character that I'm going to be creating is Spider-Man from Spider-Man No Way Home. And I'm pretty sure that you've already seen the trailer from it, and it looks really cool. I got really interested in how the effects looked in the actual trailer and how well the suit was built together. So for Spider-Man's suit, I am going to be creating the one with the 4 legs on the back. I want to make it at least yay size because I want to start getting into more details. I want to start adding better designs, better... So if you want to watch me do that, let's just get right to it.
Okay, to start this creation off, you have to build an armature, which I did off camera, and after that, you just start placing your clay, or you could put foil right underneath if you want. Okay, to be totally honest, I was going to be making Michael Myers at first. I even started his shoes, as you can see right here, and I was even gonna start working on the details, and you'll see later on the actual formation of Michael Myers, which I end up changing into Spider-Man. And after finishing off the feet for Michael Myers, soon to be Spider-Man, it's time to work on the legs. So first, I wrap everything in foil and then cover it up in clay. Now at this point of the creation, I was really wanting to get into the detail of the sculpture. So I started making a bunch of wrinkles, and then eventually later on, I cut it all off so it could actually look like the Iron Suit. Because I don't know if you noticed, but for that new suit with the 4 arms, it's made out of metal, at least I suppose. Either way, now I'm working on the torso area, which once again was supposed to be Michael Myers, but then I changed it into him being a little more of Spider-Man physique. And right after making the torso, I get straight into working with the arms. But as I'm working with the arms, I realize that it's out of proportion and his shoulders look way too big. So that's when I start feeling like I should give up, until I realized that I could just change the character. So that's exactly what I did. I decided to start this new creation with a new platform, which I got from the back. Although I knew that the journey was going to be difficult. And after several hard hours, I was able to find the perfect one.
Okay, I found one. Let's go take it.
After that, I had to figure out a posture that I wanted for Spider-Man, and it didn't seem like I could find one on mine, because they all were okay, but they weren't what I was looking for. So I decided to do the most reasonable thing. Wear a Spider-Man costume and pose in the posture that I wanted the clay sculpture to be. After looking at myself for a little bit, I decided to start posing. So I quickly put on the mask and did what I needed to do. I took pictures from every angle so I would be able to get every detail. Then it was time to go back to the creation and redesign it a little bit, which did mean that I had to break off some of the parts of the clay so I could actually form it. After I got the position that I liked, I decided to start taking off all the wrinkles on his clothes. After that, I started creating all the necessary muscles to actually make it look like Spider-Man. And now it's time to remove the old platform because now we got this new one that we got from the back. After connecting him to the platform, we can start working on his hands. After creating both hands, we can start working on the 4 arms that are on the back, which all I'm going to do for now is make 4 holes, and then after it's done baking, I'm going to come back to it and start working on it. After letting it bake in the oven, it's time to work on the head. I lied. I was going to do the arms until I figured out that the head would be the best option first, since the arms are going to be the most difficult. So I started working on the head, and all I really did was put foil and then cover it up with clay. And I needed a little bit more, so I decided to open a new packet. And now it was time to work on the arms. Now this was one of the most anticipated and nerve-wracking parts of the whole creation because first off, the wire that I was using was very thin and I didn't know if it was going to be stable enough. Luckily it held through, but either way, right now we are just working on the actual structure of the arms and then the detail later on. After finishing all 4 arms with foil, it was time to work on them with clay. So what I did was basically roll a sheet of clay through my pasta maker and made them all the same flat setting. And from there, I just started rolling them up in each arm. Then off camera, I decided to finish the rest of them. And now it was time for the big reveal to see if they could actually stand on their own in the back, which answer was not really, no. So I had to make some kind of stabilization part for the actual back. Then very firmly I just pressed into each one, making a dent, so once I baked them I could finally figure out where to place everything. And right after baking I had to glue it all together. So I used a special super glue and just held it together for a little bit until eventually all 4 arms were connected to the back. And that is it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked, well, please subscribe. And no, just playing, we still got plenty more to go. In fact, let's just get right into the painting process. So to start this off, we are going to be using red and just covering over every part that needs to be painted on with red. And this is a basic regular red, it's not mixed with anything, so we will be adding later on details with the paint, darkening it with a wash, and then from there make it look as real as possible. And now it's time for the color contrast, which is basically a dark navy blue. And for this, I used blue and black and mixed it together. It was pretty easy. After that, I just had to paint the arms, which I did off camera because of how much and how long it took. Now I'm using gold to go over any parts that need to be gold. I decided to use black and then put metallic paint over it because it's always best when used like that. Now for this technique I did find from Ace of Clay, and it basically just makes the metallic color pop out. And now it was time for probably the trickiest part of painting, which was doing the symbol on his chest. This took forever, so I had to do it off screen, but it came out pretty natural. And finally, the last process, which is painting his eyes. I just used a regular white and put it all over the areas that needed to be painted on.
Okay guys, so now that we got the final product of the actual clay sculpture, I would like to say some things about it. First off, this is one of the best ones that I've made so far. I mean, just the size of it, first off, it's very appealing, and because of the size, I was able to put a lot of detail inside of it, which made it look pretty accurate to the one from the movie. The only thing is that there are a few details missing and some that I added to make it look a little bit fitting for the clay sculpture itself. But I gotta say, hands down, this is one of the best ones that I've made. If you guys enjoyed, then please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you like this video. Also, go follow me on Instagram or TikTok at ClayCraftNation to see art outside of YouTube. But either way guys, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya! Okay. And oh man, I forgot to turn on the light, bro. Oh man.